Evening. It's been the Grand Prix special and we have a new European champion. It is, of course, Jessica van Breda-Verndl Sunga. I mean, it was just a sensational evening of sport, wasn't it?
Yes, definitely it was. And I think it was also exciting up to the end because everybody had these little mistakes, even Jessica in the one-time series. So at the end it was super exciting. Jessica did take it home and yeah, with quite some distance to the second one. It was amazing sport in my eyes and yeah, really interesting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the top three, it was of course gold to Jessica, silver to Isabell Werth and bronze to Cathrine Dufour. Actually, Isabell Werth was saying that she thought that Jessica was just going to be so incredible. She never thought that she could get the gold. She always thought that Jessica was going to get there ahead of her. Is that what you would have expected as well?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we talked about yesterday as well. I mean, Jessica is on such a success wave, we have to say. She always performs each day and each show and gets better and better. But at the end, yeah, she didn't really show the best special, in my opinion. Not the special she showed maybe in Tokyo at the Olympics. But of course, it was still enough. Yeah, the others also had mistakes, didn't do any fault-free tests, and yeah, that's the sport.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we were talking earlier about the atmosphere, about the environment. And Jessica was actually saying earlier that she came into the arena and she felt Dalera have a look around and, you know, listen to the crowd and really think, oh, my goodness, wow, this is an amazing atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely. I personally think there was kind of a disturbance because, of course, in the special we also have the background music. And yes. I felt like the music was going a bit faster than Jessica expected it to go. Maybe in the judges' box they turned on the music before she actually hoped to turn it on. Was somewhat yeah, hectic then in the beginning, and maybe then one or two mistakes happened. Therefore.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, you can never guarantee things. You know, we've said a couple of times already this week that you can prepare for these competitions and you can do everything in your power to get ready, but actually it's all got to come together on the day.
Yeah, definitely. And then, but also with the music, for me it was a first to see it live in such a way, and for some riders it really helped and really pushed, I think, the performance of the horse and the rider. And for others, maybe it was a bit not yet perfectly adjusted like in a Cure music. And of course, you can't cut any corners in the special. Yeah. So at the end, if the music's running faster than you expect, it will run faster, and you just have to see how to cope with it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, we're looking at the special and we're going to take a look back at some of the key moments. But just very quickly, though, we're going into the freestyle on Saturday. Of course, that's 15 competitors going forward into the freestyle. Do we think we might have a similar kind of result there as well?
I guess similar, yes, but yeah, now the places were switched between Charlotte and Cathrine, so yeah, I think maybe Charlotte's still gonna give it her all. I think Finnish rider Henry Roster had a brilliant test with really expensive mistakes, so maybe, I don't know his Cure yet, his freestyle, but maybe his freestyle is super difficult with a lot of yeah, highlights, and then of course he can maybe even push himself some places forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fascinating to watch. You just, of course, did mention there Cathrine Dufour, and that is who we are joined by here in the studio today. Cathrine, welcome. It is an absolute honour to have you here, and congratulations on this bronze medal.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here, really.
What did you think of the whole environment? You know, did you expect a medal? What were your thoughts going into this competition?
I mean, obviously after yesterday, I saw that there would be a chance for me to ride towards a medal. But once you're in the ring, you never think about the medal. You just ride. And a fantastic thing today for me was to take pressure off of Bohemian and just play with him. Because what I felt, for example, in Tokyo was that I had to push him too much to really like almost carry him around. Whereas today I just tried to take the pressure off of him, and then he might lose a little bit like in the frame and so on, but he was really like playing along today, and that was a fantastic feeling. I really felt that I rebuilt some trust and some just some trust, and I just played with him today. It was fantastic. I'm super happy.
Oh, you really, really do look over the moon. And it's so interesting to hear you talk about the trust, because it's a partnership, isn't it? And it's the connection that you have with that horse. I mean, it must be an incredible feeling to come to a competition like this and to have that bond, and, you know,
I mean,
so
definitely.
special.
Yeah, and it's been like, with him, it's been a journey, because I've done like a few really, really good shows back a year ago or something. And then I sort of think that we just wanted more. And he was sort of, no, I'm doing my very best, so please don't push anymore. And that was what I felt that I found the balance today. Then, of course, I can push more here and there, but today my task was to like rebuild trust and try to find it playful again, and not like, oh, I have to carry him around. And he really played along. So I'm really proud of him.
I mean, Sunke, we were watching that test and there were just some absolutely stunning moments, weren't there? I mean, Cathrine, we might just take a little look at some moments in your test, if you don't mind, some of the really key bits, but it'd be amazing to hear you kind of talk through these.
Yeah, well, I think she really had a lovely ride on her horse. And I think, most interesting to see was maybe the 2 hiccups she still had in the Grand Prix, and how well she found the buttons just in less than a day to perform such amazing pirouettes. And of course, he's in such a good shape. I've also seen him, live on, or not live, via the monitor in Tokyo, and then to see how much he improved in such a short time, and with brilliant piaffe and passage, which was really probably one of the best we've seen. But here you see how well, I mean, we all saw the first day where they were a bit confused, and then you can really tell what of a strong rider Cathrine is, to give him the security which he needs. And so
and that was what I went for today, really to just show him, hey, come on, you can do it. We've done it many times. So just really to go in there again and try with another plan. That was really fun, and I was super thrilled to hear you talk about him yesterday with the piaffe passage, because that was my feeling yesterday. Yeah. He was way better than in Tokyo and way more comfortable in there, and that gave me some more space to really just ride, enjoy, and come back in those easygoing boots again, and that felt really good.
I think the spectators also seen Cathrine even a place further ahead, that we were all watching from the side, and people were really nearly started to cry when they felt the last mistake happen, because I mean, everybody knows Bohemian can score close to perfection in his piaffes, and then of course it's double expensive when you get a mistake in one of the parts of the test where you normally know it's not the strongest. It doesn't hit you as hard as when you know in your strongest part, which counts double, and then you get such a mistake. So that was a pity, but we still have the freestyle.
Yeah, I mean, there was that little mistake, Cathrine, but it didn't cost you a medal. You still got the bronze medal, and even despite that, it was just so beautiful to watch, really. And you must have been thinking at that point, is that going to affect things?
I mean, at that point, you just think about how to correct it as quickly as possible, so you won't lose too many marks. But again, I think it came from the last couple of center lines. I've really pushed him to the limit to do more, and to almost carry him. Whereas today the plan was to take pressure off of him. And then there is always a risk that the horse misunderstand or be okay, where are you, or why don't you push me anymore? But it is sort of I want to keep this horse for many years, and if I continue to push and want more and more and more, then one, I'm afraid that he won't play along anymore, and two, there's always a risk of an injury if you push to the limit every single time. So it was just nice today to feel that I could do 75 or 80% push, and then still gain really a great score. Yeah, so that was super fun.
It's so interesting to hear you talk about the longevity as well, because of course you want to be competing with this horse for as long as possible. Yeah. You've of course got the World Championships next year, and that's going to be a home championships for you. But you must be really looking forward to that, and especially following this performance, you've got to be really excited about the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's super exciting with this horse. He's only 11, and I have a fantastic family behind me, family singles and the owners. They're close friends of mine too. So it's just really super fun to share these moments with them, and I just think it's way more fun to share these experiences with great families, and I'm just really proud and really honored that they want to keep him for me, because I feel that we still have some way to develop to show everything we can, and I think this Grand Prix yesterday and especially today was a great stepping stone towards something bigger. Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure it was, and we can't wait to see where you're going next. But huge congratulations. I think just while you're here in the studio, we've got to take a little look at what you've got in front of you here. So, obviously we can see your medal around your neck, and then you have this beautiful tray and some flowers.
Yeah. Really cool flowers, though. I think it's a fantastic idea, painting them in the medal color. Yeah, and it's just nice, being able to, get in there and be among people again. It's been fantastic to ride for an audience. I mean, of course, Tokyo was amazing too, but this is just I mean, we love to ride for an audience, and we love to give them experiences too. So it was just fun, and again, to be able to get in there and get a medal, that was of course like a bit what we came for, but also a dream coming true.
Yeah. What a phrase. Well, I mean, it must be a dream come true, and it was a dream to be watching it as well. But we just want to say a huge congratulations again. Thank you so much for coming and joining us.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. So, Sonka, you know, we're talking about Cathrine's test there. That was incredible in so many different ways, and we've just taken a look at some of the moments there. But we've also got a couple more tests that we've pulled out as well. We wanted to take a little look at Isabell Werth's test. The opening centre line in particular, we thought was really impressive.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I think most people found out that Isabell had different things in her head, knowing that her other horse, Bella Rose, got operated for a colic. She was fighting for her life, and she knew this, and she still had to perform. And knowing how close of a bond Isabell is with Bella Rose, I can't imagine competing and having to get your head free and trying to do the best. But she was really struggling the last few hours, and then to pull off such a show here, she really deserved her silver medal, and it's good she gets rewarded. We just cross fingers that her other horse, Bella Rose, will rehabilitate from this severe colic.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible strength of character to come on and perform like this when, of course, you know, she must be so very worried about Bella Rose. But it's also lovely to just see those images there of the supporters watching. And you know, the little high five with Charlotte coming out of the arena as well. You know, all of the riders are supporting each other in a way as well, aren't they? They're competing against each other, but they also want everybody to do well. And you know, it's all about the horses at the end of the day. But these riders really want to see each other do well as well.
Yeah, true, and definitely. And this clapping hands is starting to become a thing. Now in Tokyo we had it between Charlotte and Isabell, and now also, which is nice to see, the sportsmanship between also different nations and different athletes fighting for the same medals and going head to head into this competition, and still wishing the best of luck to the others. And that's what our sport is about, and I hope it will stay like this, that we of course try to win, but don't hope for mistakes from the others. Instead, try to do better.
Yeah. I mean, it's also interesting to look at Isabell's test in relation to Charlotte's test. There were so many points where they were both very, very good. And again, we've seen that they're totally different tests in a way. But there were some points where they were fairly similar. You know, the marks that were coming in were quite similar. So mainly, you know, the pirouettes and the changes, we can just see them side by side there. You can see, you know, what was similar and what was different.
Yeah, I think the jump from Weiergold in the pirouette is maybe just a nose better than the one from Gio, but you can see the difference. I mean, Gio has a lovely front leg in the canter, whereas Weiergold is really outperforming with her hind leg use. So completely different horses, but both doing amazing center line here in canter. So that's really nice to see the direct comparison. And I think here both maybe the trot extensions aren't the best for both horses. Maybe Gio being slightly better, but then of course we know where Weiergold gets her points, and that's the passage where she's really outstanding, close to perfection. What do you want more?
Yeah, well, you can't ask for more than perfection, of course. And I think Isabell did actually say that she thought that this was one of Weiergold's best performances, you know, one of the best performances in the special. So if you think it's one of your best performances, and, you know, I'm sure from your experience as well, as a competitor and as a sports person, you're sure to be not critical, but, you know, you're always striving for better and better performances. But to be able to say that she felt that it was one of their best performances, that really tells you something as well.
Yeah, definitely. If she had a good feeling on the horse, you also portray your feeling to the judges and also to the spectators. If you have a bad feeling and try to put on a fake smile to pretend like it's feeling great, then it's not authentic. And she really, I as a spectator had the feeling it felt great to her, it looked great to me, and she was rewarded with the points she deserved. So that was nice.
That's always what we hope for, I think, when we look at these scores. You know, we want to see the riders being rewarded for the performances that they're giving. Of course, the person who really did do that was Jessica von Bredow-Werndl tonight. And if we could take a little look back at some of her test, I mean, where do we even begin? There were so many moments that we could have picked out because, again, she was just superlative across the board.
Yeah, but here we see the mistake, the severe mistake in the 110 piece. I mean, to be honest, I expected a greater difference between Jessica and the others. I mean, she had such a strong Grand Prix yesterday, and she's really on a wave of success. And today, I felt like she was really kind of running behind the music, the background music, which she chose for her horse, and that kind of made her override maybe here and there her horse. Of course, we still saw the best round, in my opinion, as the judges also rewarded it. But I think there was normally a lot more in-house there, and yeah, that's just the sport. And today she's lucky, and tomorrow we hope to see her back in her old consistency, let's say, which is so beautiful to watch. But yeah, yet again, she had great highlights in Piaf Passage, so easy. Jessica barely has to intervene and support her mare. She just seems like she just sits back, and the horse does all she can for her rider, because she's so motivated to perform for Jessica, which is what our sport should be about, the two hearts motto we have, and that's great.
I think, as you say, you know, the relationship between those two is just amazing. And so many times when Jessica speaks about Dalera, she talks about their bond and how special that is. And she was also talking earlier after her test about the fact that after Tokyo, actually, she did a lot of hacking and turning out in the field. And in fact, Dalera started bucking out on hacks, and which Jessica felt showed that she wanted to get back into work. And of course, you know, Cathrine was just talking as well about not pushing the horse after Tokyo and giving a little bit of not a rest, but, you know, taking things easy a bit. And it's the horse welfare that's so important, and they're the athletes as well. And you know, that's of utmost importance, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you have to listen to your horse. I mean, there's a famous phrase that a horse without a rider is still a horse, but a rider without a horse is just a human being. So at the end, that's what it comes down to. And yeah, you have to listen to your horse. If your horse feels great, then you can perform as it is. But if she felt that her horse wasn't ready for this, I doubt she would have chosen to compete her here at the Europeans. And yeah, but she looked fit, she looked fine, and she showed that she's ready to perform.
Well, I mean, it has been an amazing, amazing championship so far. We've had team gold for Germany yesterday. We have had gold for Jessica von Bredow-Werndl in the Grand Prix special this evening, and the action is just going to get better and better. We've got the freestyle coming on Saturday. Of course, if you can watch all the action live on FEI TV, you can also follow everything with our social channels with the hashtag #RideTheMoment. But do keep up to date with everything. And I think we're going to take a little look back at some of the best moments from today. But it's gold for Germany, for Jessica von Bredow-Werndl. It's silver for Isabell Werth, and it's bronze for Cathrine Dufour. What a day.
Yeah, amazing day.